Hi Cancers, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tawana Antoinette. As you know, before we head into your reading, two things. First thing is I officially launched a Patreon account. So for those of you who have asked about Patreon before, the link is in the description. Patreon is a space that I created for us to be able to connect in another way. It may not necessarily be a one-to-one reading, but it's spiritual education so that everybody can have the basics, and from that they go out and seek additional information, or we have private discourse. This is also where I post new moon readings, full moon readings, collective readings. They are all posted to Patreon first. I'm not sure if I'll be posting them to my YouTube yet, but everybody on Patreon will definitely get first early access to that. And it's just really a space where people can come and learn from me and learn with me and learn from each other. I feel like it's people who are devoted to spiritual education in terms of a lifestyle, and not necessarily just tap into tarot readings just to see what's going to happen. These are for the people who are actually traveling a spiritual journey and want to ascend to a point of mirroring their higher selves or being in alignment with their higher selves. So if you want to check out my Patreon, support that content, the information is below. And secondly, today we're going to do a 2021 reading for you guys to see what is ahead in the year 2021, and to also see what you're leaving 2020 with, what kind of energy, what kind of things that you are bringing over with you, all that good stuff. So let's begin. Remember, this is a collective reading, so it may or may not resonate for you. If it does, great. If it doesn't, check your sun, moon, rising, Venus, and north node signs. Or you could just find another reader on YouTube. There are many of those. Okay, so moving into your reading, the first card that we have starting your reading is the Fool, very fitting. And this is in the space of what you're leaving behind in 2020. Now, I feel like you had a lot of firsts in 2020. And a good thing about having a lot of firsts is being open-minded to having that experience to begin with. But then when we have a lot of firsts, we can kind of go into things with the Fool energy of, okay, I have all the faith in the world that this will work out, and I'm just going to travel this journey, and whatever comes, just comes. This energy can be a great energy to be in, but it can also be considered a little bit naive, because the Fool dives headfirst into things without really thinking about it. He dives into things without any particular plan of action or anything. This is just having a good time. This person is concerned about the experience versus the plan that they have for the experience. So definitely serves you in some areas of life, but not all the time. I feel like this is saying that you're leaving behind this energy in 2020 because maybe it just doesn't serve you anymore. Maybe there are things that you needed to learn in this energy and you've already learned it. Maybe this energy served you in a specific time and it's just not serving you moving forward anymore in your life. Tell me more about the Fool, just because I'm curious. Fool is clarified by the Four of Swords, which is always a card of thinking things through, and and the Page of Pentacles. So I feel like you're, right on the ball with what I said before. You're leaving this energy of jumping headfirst into things, and working on an approach that requires you to think things through more, probably go through the stages of planning more. Sorry, that's an incense smoke coming out in the reading. Hope you don't see that in the camera, or it's not too blurry or smoky. Anyway, yeah, this is you putting down the diving in head first to just think about your actions before you commit to them, which is great. All right, so what you're taking with you into 2021 is coming up as the Seven of Cups and the Four of Pentacles. What you're taking with you into 2021 is, I feel like you are holding on to your finances, right? I feel like you're kind of like protective of the things you own. You're protective of what you've already worked for and what you've accomplished, but I feel like you're looking for new ideas or new ways to make money in 2021. So maybe you're not cool with how you've been making money in 2020 or before that. I just feel like you're looking for different opportunities on how to make money in the next year. And also, I feel like while you're doing that, you are going to have to be very, very strategic with the money that you currently have available to you. Yeah, I just feel like you'll be like looking for new opportunities. In that looking for new opportunities, you're holding on to what you currently do. So maybe you're leaving a job and trying to find new ways to make an income. Maybe that's what that looks like for you as an example in 2021. But I just feel like there are more opportunities opening up for you in the financial department in the next year. Yeah. All right, so the last year's big lesson for you is coming up as a Knight of Swords and a Nine of Pentacles. So this to me is mirroring the Fool energy that we started your reading with. Cancers, I feel like you in 2020 had a tendency of rushing into things or just being very immediate about action. And while that is a strength, because it's great to be able to just jump towards the action of doing something rather than being stuck in thinking it through and all that stuff, this can be a strength, but also it can be a weakness because it can be considered too hasty, too, you know, like you're rushing things. You're either rushing things or you are being too hasty about a specific thing. So I feel like big lessons, you learned how to take yourself through things steadily, and so, or you saw in 2020 how you do have a tendency to rush and how that can create stress and inner turmoil and conflict for you because you just jump through things too fast. This could be in terms of relationships, could be in terms of trusting people too fast. It could be in terms of falling in love too fast. It could be many things. What is this? Tell me about the Knight of Swords, Nine of Swords, Queen of Wands. So maybe you rushed into something with a person too fast, or maybe you were so determined on doing something that you didn't even end up thinking if you wanted to do it anymore. You were just very, very involved in action of a particular thing. And you were very determined to do that particular thing. I feel like that was highlighted to you in the year 2020 because you kind of saw how sometimes that energy just doesn't serve you. All right, and last year's big achievement is coming up. This is interesting. It's coming up as a Seven of Swords and a King of Pentacles. So I feel like however much money you earned last year, or this year, 2020, it put you in a steady, stable place. Maybe you're a dad, maybe you're a mom, maybe you were able to take care of yourself and take care of others, right? I feel like that's been a major achievement for you, or that's been the biggest achievement for you in 2020. But, Cancers, the Seven of Swords, we all know what this means. And if you don't know what this means, I feel like some of you earned money in a way that wasn't 100% up and up, you know? And it ended up working out for you. So kudos to you if that's you. I feel like others of you were very deceptive about your finances, kind of like you never really ever shared how good you really had it with people. Maybe because you were reserving your money for yourself, or you just kind of had to do that to protect yourself, or whatever the case is. But the biggest achievement I'm seeing in 2020 is coming up as the King of Pentacles, which I know to be a very stable energy and also an energy that takes care of self and provides for others. All right, so your personal theme for 2021, this is the 2021 section of the reading. I'm very excited about this because they're good things. 2021, your theme is coming up as the 10 of Pentacles and the 3 of Wands. This to me means that you've made specific investments, especially since it's following the King of Pentacles. I feel like you've made investments in 2020, and maybe you've even been making... What's wrong with me? It's like I can't talk today. Maybe you've even been making investments for a while now, financial investments, and I see you here waiting for your ships to come in 2021. Now, the 3 of Wands is a card that speaks on somebody. I wish the 2 of Wands was here so I could show you. I swear I saw the 2 of Wands in your reading. No. All right, so the 2 of Wands talks about picking a specific path or new paths. The 3 of Wands is after you've chosen a particular path and you've laid the seeds, now you're waiting for the thing to come in. Now, if you look very carefully, there are all these little green leaves on the wands, and that talks about incoming prosperity. Whatever is coming in for you being prosperous because you've made the necessary investments to be able to await your ships arriving. And then the fact that this is coupled with the 10 of Pentacles, for me, it just means to me that you're heading into a year of stabilizing something. First of all, you're heading into a year of abundance because the 10 of Pentacles talks about abundance and financial abundance, but not necessarily just financial abundance. It's like a card of legacy building. This is where, yes, you've acquired the money, but now you're setting it up for like everybody to benefit from it, you know? So setting up roots, setting up a legacy that will outlast you. I feel like you're waiting on ships to come in 2021 to make a headway in this. Yeah, because I'm coming from the King of Pentacles. I don't know if you're about to settle down with a person, or you're about to be the breadwinner for a family, or I don't know what's about to happen, but in 2021 I just finally feel like some ships are about to come in for you, especially in the financial area. That's going to make you empowered enough to be in a position to provide for others as well, and that most likely will be others in your family. All right, so the guidance for 2021 is coming up as a Page of Swords, the Empress, and the Knight of Wands. What this means to me, what this intuitively means to me is when the Empress comes out, I know that there's somebody who's very creative. I know that there's some amount of creative expression that a person has, or that they need to birth something from this creativity that they're experiencing. To be on the Empress energy, not everybody can do that. So I feel like heading into this new year, I feel like this is you, Cancer, and you are going to have to be very, very curious about creating things for yourself, right? So remember earlier in the reading, I felt like you were looking for opportunities to make money in 2021. I just get the sense that you are all very creative people. And what I want you to remember as your tarot reader, bookmark this reading or whatever if you want to come back to it later. But what I want to emphasize as the guidance is those opportunities are not going to be waiting for you out there, because there's no opportunity that matches who you... It's for you to create. Like, I see you very much creating and being curious about the opportunities and the creative ideas that you have. So you're kind of making your own work. If you haven't been thinking about that yet, I feel like you will be thinking about that in the future. Making opportunities for yourself, creating things for yourself, whether that be business ideas or just whatever they may be. Maybe you're going to offer some stuff for free first and then let people ascertain the value for themselves, and then you'll convert it in a business. But I feel like you'll be trying different ways to like show off your creative expression and make money for yourself. Kind of like some of you are heading in the direction of being your own boss, being an entrepreneur, working from home, things like that. in 2021, because that's what the Empress talks about. Now, something that I just want to emphasize as guidance is you're coming up as the Page and the Knight. Now, these are both immature energies to me in the tarot. If it is not the King or the Queen, then the energy still has maturation to endure. So the thing about the Page of Swords is they're very, very curious about new knowledge, about ways to communicate. This page is a page that loves school. They love learning because they just have a very curious mind. And then this Knight of Wands speaks on attacking things with creative inspiration. It speaks on going for it. This Knight is the Knight of being inspired and acting on this sudden inspiration. And that's the advice for you. Always remain curious and act on the sudden inspiration. But this page is a page, and he has a lot to learn, and you have to be very, very real with yourself that you do have a lot to learn and you are not a master. And to get to this Empress level, then there needs to be like things that you continuously pursue so that you're able to get to this level of mastery. So that's just the advice. Make sure that you have that approach to whatever you're taking on in the future. And then your superpower for 2021 is coming up as the Queen of Pentacles, which I love this card. I feel like this is a very Cancer card. I grew up with a Cancer mom, and she reminds me so much of the Queen of Pentacles. It's ridiculous, because the Queen of Pentacles is the person who takes care of everyone. I feel like the Queen of Pentacles, just like the King of Pentacles, which both are out in this reading, so maybe you are even aligning with your true pair or somebody on the same vibration as you in 2021. But the Queen of Pentacles is usually somebody who it's simply easy for them to stretch a dollar, take care of the household, hold it down, do the chores, take care of, like take care of the kids. So that's very, very much Cancer energy, very nurturing, and it's coming up as a strength for you. So that will be your strength in 2021. Always very nurturing. Tell me more about this Queen of Pentacles. Let me see if I can get anything else on that. Queen of Pentacles is clarified by the Five of Swords. So yeah, I feel like you will definitely bring a nurturing energy even when you are faced with conflict with others. So even if you do find yourself in conflict in 2021, I feel like your strength is navigating that easily because you're emotionally intelligent enough. And then what is the best way to harness this superpower? It's coming up as a Six of Swords, the Nine of Wands, and the Hanged Man. So how to harness this Queen of Pentacles superpower? And I want to add too that maybe this superpower too is going to be stretching a dollar in your household, because you're looking for these new ways to make money. So your things are probably going to be like you just have to be strategic. And I feel like that's your area, Cancer. You know where this money is going, blah, blah, blah. So that's a strength. And also in the middle of conflict, you know how to diffuse a situation. But they're saying here, how to harness this superpower is to look at things, always look at things from another perspective. Always try to pause before you react to something. Because when you pause and look at things in another direction or in another way, that kind of gives you more information about the subject. And also, you give yourself time to get through the emotional aspect of things. So when you do respond, you're not responding based on how you feel, you're responding based on the facts. So I feel like you'll definitely be looking at situations in a new perspective. You'll be moving on from things when you know that it's time to move on from things, especially conflict with others. And I feel like they're saying that it's very necessary to know when you need to harness this protective Nine of Wands energy, because something that I've noticed with Cancers and that I know about you guys can be nurturing, but nurturing to a fault. And knowing when to protect yourself and stand as a guard to your own inner, or to your own givingness, I feel like it's kind of like a self-protection that you need to be able to like gauge when you're over giving to others. So this is a necessary energy for you to kind of balance out all of this nurturing that you have the ability to do. All right, guys, so that is your 2021 reading. I didn't do this for the signs before, but I'm thinking of pulling an oracle card as advice for 2021. So yeah, let's do that. What's the 2021 advice for Cancers, please? 2021 advice for Cancers. What do Cancers need to know in 2021? What's the advice for Cancers in 2021, please? Happy, and observer. I like that. Card number 26 and card number 49. So this is a time to take pride in your accomplishments. You're doing good work, providing exceptional service, and are well compensated for it. The world rains gratitude upon you, and you're happy with the results of your efforts and creativity. Isn't it amazing to consider all that you have done? Remember your partnership with Spirit in this moment too. Your soul has always known you could accomplish anything it brought you. Your soul has always known you could accomplish anything if it brought you joy. And then the second card here, the Observer card. It is an advantageous time for you to get some distance from what you're doing and see your work and your projects from a different perspective. The trick is to connect to the essence of your goals and aspirations while letting the form and timing be dictated by Spirit. You may be too personally attached to an outcome and unable to see the miracle because it's not turning out exactly as you planned. Trust Spirit. The perfect version of your abundance is right in front of you. Remain neutral and curious and watch the miracle unfold. All right, Cancers, so I hope this was helpful for you. If it was, remember to like, share, subscribe. Tell me all about shit that you guys have in store for 2021. I'd love to hear it. And until next time, I'll see you. Remember to subscribe to my Patreon. Bye.